Hello, and welcome to As You Like It on NPR. I'm Panther Argyle on this beautiful April Fool's Day. And okay, welcome to Speaking from the Center. It is April 1st, 2021. Our guest is fucking nobody. Our guest can't be here on time. What are we talking about, Tim?
Oh, so they didn't take our advice and they just simply freed the ship from the Suez Canal.
Oh,
Fools!
yeah, the ship's free. Yep, they didn't blow it up. It's free. So I found out why they couldn't blow it up and why they couldn't take the shipping containers off of it and why they couldn't drain it, and because the bitch would capsize.
Really?
Yeah, and once the bitch capsizes, she's going to the bottom, and she will then block traffic for the rest of time. Because once she's at the bottom, it's not like the other ships can go over her.
I'm sorry, I have to object. If that happens and she's still in enough of tact to block even after she sinks, then you're not using enough explosives to blow it up.
Well,
Of course it's going to sink if you blow it up. The trick is to blow it up enough so that it doesn't become a problem.
blowing it up, but you have to take the shipping containers off first, I assume, to blow it up. And once you take the shipping containers off, she sinks.
So by making it lighter, it sinks.
Yeah, so by destabilizing it even the tiny bit, it would capsize.
Yeah, because a lot of the hull of the ship is ballast. So
That's
they'd have
all the more reason to blow it up.
to.
Now
they
you have
dug
to
it-
factor in enough to blow up the shipping containers.
Yes. They dug her out. Is that what they happened? They dug her out?
Boring.
Yeah, they partially dug it out and then they got some extra tugboats to pull from both sides. Like they rotated it so that it could be freed.
Well, it's free now.
And they could have just done what we wanted. But no.
First.
Very important.
Well, I mean, it's good because that means, the world can resume.
I guess. It was blocking 10% of
the
10% economy.
of all the world's trade.
all the
So,
world trade.
so a lot of those ships just went, screw it, we're still boats. They backed up and they started going around the Cape of Good Hope. And for a brief moment there, South Africa and Mozambique and Namibia's economies boomed a little bit.
Yeah. They used the old ways, and a lot of people in Cape Town got really rich really fast.
Yes.
But that's over now.
Sadly.
Back to economic irrelevance for you, southern part of Africa.
Yeah.
Here in Connecticut, the age limit for the COVID vaccines got reduced to 16.
Oh, I thought we were talking about a canal in Connecticut. That's a weird segue.
No.
No, there's no segues with them.
There's no segues.
Straight
Can
on
I,
to the
like,
next topic.
Just hard and
Can I-
fast.
Can I get like a big fucking boat and just capsize it in the fucking Naugatuck River? Would that do anything?
It would do something for me.
You might make the people in Naugatuck a little sad, but
Those people don't matter.
I agree.
I also fuck the people in Naugatuck.
So yeah, the COVID vaccine.
Yeah, the COVID vaccine. So I got mine scheduled finally.
And when
mine,
in August is yours?
Yeah, so mine is next week. So I won't be on the show next week because my first vaccine appointment is at the casino next Thursday at 6 o'clock.
The casino.
So,
Family trip.
so is playing blackjack your form of getting the vaccine?
That's
or-
what I'm gonna do after I get the vaccine. I'm gonna be up there. Yeah, my first shot is at a vaccine clinic at Mohegan Sun.
Wow. Lucky you.
It took forever to get it. It's ridiculous the way that our governor did this shit.
How
It was just like a free for all. Just go find it. It's out there somewhere. Go find it.
I mean, you said you're getting it next week?
Yep, I'm getting it next week.
Yeah, I don't know if I would classify that as ridiculous if you're getting it within a week.
So I got lucky, and I managed to grab an open spot because there's no system here. It's just look out for one and grab it if you can. It's like getting a fucking PS5 at Christmas. It's ridiculous.
No, but
So
just,
what process?
Maybe all three. Maybe I'll get the vaccine and steroids and hepatitis.
ooh, the trifecta.
So what was the process like? How did you have to go through the state's website, or did you have to go
No,
through?
I went through a specific vaccine clinic website.
I think
This-
most people had the approach of stay up until midnight
I did. Oh,
And
I
then-
was up at midnight.
and then go like crazy to find a spot.
Yep, I was up at midnight. At 12:01, I started looking, and everything was booked immediately. Nothing was available. Everything was booked. Every hospital, every vaccine clinic, everything was booked. And they were just rolling out the website, so the websites were glitchy, nothing was working, and everything was booked, and there was nothing available. I went through Yale, New Haven for something to sign up, and just happened to grab a spot like 4 hours ago.
Yeah, I don't have anything scheduled. I knew it was going to be absolute insanity. So
It is
Yeah.
fucking insanity. There's no system.
are you kidding? Here's the worst part. I've been trying to get a different vaccine for like 2 fucking weeks now. I've been trying to get a Tdap vaccine. And everywhere I go, I can't get one because they're too busy handing out the goddamn COVID vaccine.
Yeah. Everything's just a little fucking crazy right now.
Yeah, no, I was up at midnight trying to get the vaccine, but
Yep.
no dice. I
How
also
was it?
signed up.
I went to bed.
I also signed up on the state's website, so the state could inform me when like stuff was going on. But that's a separate process.
Yeah, I signed up for 3 different wait lists. I'm on a text wait list. I'm on everything. And now when they inform me that something opened up, I have to be like, nope, got one. Unless it's earlier, and I'll be like, okay.
No, what you do is you send that information to your friends who don't have one. So
So
Yeah.
there's
Yeah, where's our guest? Where the fuck is he?
don't know.
We're just killing time till he gets here, and
We are.
He ain't coming.
I know. I messaged him. So there's a bunch of COVID related stuff going on right now. There is a potential like 4th COVID wave because all the states, got rid of their restrictions and spring break happened. And now they're like, oh dear
Yeah.
God, what did we do?
I don't know. I think I haven't looked at the stuff in a while, but I think statistically, there's not been much difference for the states that have dropped their mask mandates, like Florida and Texas. I'm checking right now.
I would be surprised if there wasn't an uptick, especially if they dropped everything. And those states aren't going ham for the vaccine like a place like Connecticut is. So,
Yeah,
but
it's
more
true.
importantly, we dropped our restrictions because the majority of the state was 55 and older, and of that demographic, the majority of them have been vaccinated. So,
Yeah,
Well, Lamont-
I mean, we never dropped our mask mandate.
No,
Yeah, but
and I don't think we're going to for quite some time.
So when did Texas drop their mask mandate?
They dropped their mask mandate at the beginning of March.
At the beginning of March?
I think so.
Their cases are going down. Their
Well, that's
daily cases, I mean, it's still an astronomical number. It's at 4,000 cases a day right now, but it's going down. It's not going up, it's going down.
One of the things is that like after the last wave, after like the Christmas and New Year's thing, COVID cases went back down, but they didn't go back down as much as they did before. So there's like it plateaued at a higher level of cases countrywide, not state by state, but countrywide.
Florida, same thing. Their daily cases average is going down. Their infection rate is going down, not up. And they also dropped their mask mandates. I would like to know why. Why does this happen? It doesn't make sense. It's not supposed to happen.
Well, a lot of the people that were in Florida for spring break left.
That's
so-
true. That accounts for Florida because people don't fucking stay there. Nobody stays in Florida.
That's you both know that's not true. That's where all the people in Connecticut, New York go to retire.
Yeah, they all
Why,
escaped.
that's
that
why we
fate.
call Florida the elephant graveyard.
And yeah, I think Connecticut's are very slightly going up.
Yeah, and
Now you know where all those assholes went back to when they left
Yeah.
Florida.
They came here.
they're saying that the reason why Connecticut's cases are going up is that UK variant is like accounting for like 30% of our new cases now, and it's more contagious and all that nonsense.
Hooray!
Yeah,
I mean, you say that, but 30% is not a big number. If you're talking about our current number of cases, you're talking about maybe 200 people.
well, the theory is that it will become a larger percentage of new cases until it's the dominant strain.
Like Godzilla versus Kong.
Yeah,
Go,
basically.
I'm going to see that tomorrow.
I saw it.
I'm going.
Let's not talk about it because we're not that kind of show.
I didn't see it yet, so don't talk about it. I gotta watch it on the Habo.
The Hubbo.
Oh, do you have HBO Max?
Yeah,
Oh,
motherfucker.
you bastard.
I get to see everything, and I don't have to go to a movie theater.
Yep. That's how I saw it on the Hubbo.
Oh, I'm actually going to a movie theater tomorrow for like the first time.
Well, make sure to lick everything on your way out.
I always do. That and I eat things I find off the floor.
Well, my fucking internet was
That's
so bad.
my vaccine.
My internet is so bad and it was so glitchy. I actually looked up showtimes. Like, I can't fucking stream this. I might as well go watch it on a bigger screen where it's not going to buffer every 5 seconds.
Yeah, I'm going to see it tomorrow with a friend of mine for his birthday.
Woof bark. Bark woof.
Zeus,
What?
he says no.
Well, too bad. I'm going anyway.
He says don't do that.
And I'm going to cough on everybody.
You know, I heard that in COVID related things, I heard that the movie theaters, they were losing like what was the movie theater? It was losing like $100,000 a month until this
AMC?
Yeah, AMC.
AMC.
$100,000 a month until until states started lifting their COVID restrictions, and now they're in the black. They're making money again.
Well, they already got bailed out by all the guys on Wall Street Bets.
Yeah.
Zeus's opinion does matter.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
Well, when you go to the theater, you'll see they allow like 5 people per theater. There's 20 feet of space in between people.
No, yeah, I had to pre-select the tickets, and I was all like, "Ooh, I'm going to enjoy this." It's not that it's all sold out; it's that nobody's going to be there.
Well, that's one of the things is like the theaters kept themselves afloat by like selling the entire theater for like a family of 4 or something like that to see movies.
I would totally have done that.
Yeah, they're doing like a family 4-pack for like $100. You got tickets and like concessions and whatever, and you were the only people in the theater.
$100.
Yeah,
I would pay for that.
If I
Like
paid
not a lot, but like
listen,
once.
If I paid $100 for me and 3 assholes to watch Godzilla versus Kong, I'd be very upset.
Well, you don't pay 100 yourself; you split it.
If
Yeah,
I had
everyone
paid,
pays
let me put
25.
this: if I had paid money to watch Godzilla versus Kong, I would have been very upset.
Yeah.
You know, this could be a review show. We could just review Godzilla versus Kong.
There's
No,
nothing
I'm going
political
to
about it.
see it tomorrow, and I don't like Keith's opinions when it comes to popular media.
So Keith, you're saying don't watch it?
Are we doing this?
He reminds me of this very precious metal. This very precious stone
I'm a
from China. He's jade.
So Godzilla King of the Monsters was fan-fucking-tastic. It was full of Easter eggs and Godzilla lore and like throwbacks to the old movies and tons of little things, including the original Godzilla theme. And Godzilla vs. Kong was not that.
Okay,
At
Fair
all.
enough.
that's pretty spoiler free. I'll accept
I
that.
I'm still gonna go see it, obviously. But
The human parts, you might as well just take a nap. They're really bad. They're badly written. It looks like an indie film. It's just the worst, gayest, awfulest plot, the dumbest plot. Just if it's not CGI, not worth watching while it's on the screen.
so real quick, just have to ask: have you ever seen a Godzilla movie? Like, I'm just because
So
you're like
somebody-
the human parts are so stupid. I'm like, who
Well,
watches
yes.
these movies
Yeah.
for the human parts?
I was more offended that like they made me watch these things with my own eyes, just to get to Giant Monkey. But somebody said like you don't go to a Godzilla movie for characterization or subtext, but if they're not there, it's noticeable. Like you can feel how empty the movie is.
I don't know. I saw the first Legendary Pictures Godzilla, and they seem to miss the point of a Godzilla film in that one. They're like, we're barely going to show the monster and have all this stuff with the nobody cares about the people. I
is that
did
the
not
Bryan
grow
Cranston
up
one?
watching Godzilla movies to watch the actors badly lip sync. I watched the movies to see a man in a very obvious foam rubber suit destroy scale models and stomp all over somebody's Army Man collection. Like,
If I had not seen Godzilla and I had not seen Godzilla King of Monsters, then I would have liked it more. If I'd only seen Kong Skull Island and then this, I would have liked it more. But the two Godzilla movies are so much better that it's disappointing by proxy.
Is this similar to like Alien versus Predator, where the
It's
Alien
similar
movies are
to-
good, the Predator
It's-
movies are good, but Alien versus Predator was just awful nonsense?
It's similar to Batman versus Superman.
Oh,
Yeah.
so Lex Luthor is crazy for no reason. I get it.
Yeah, it's a versus movie.
It's a versus movie, like Freddy versus Jason.
Like Batman versus Superman. There's tropes in the versus movie. There's versus movie tropes now. It follows them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I haven't been on
I-
TV tropes in forever.
Anyway, that has nothing to do with politics. I would love to find some subtext in Godzilla Kong, and there just isn't. There just isn't. It isn't there. It's not there.
it's about how mega corporations in America make two indigenous Asian people fight each other for their amusement, and we have to stop the Asian hate. So, because Kong is from a South Pacific island, he's a
He
Pacific
is.
Islander,
He is.
and
he is.
Godzilla is and will always be Japanese. So,
Person I was watching it with was like, "Oh, they're in China. They're in Hong Kong because of Godzilla in Hong Kong and all the buildings." Like, no, that's Tokyo. They're in Hong Kong because we only make movies for 14-year-olds in China now. That's just how we make movies. We don't care about anything except the Chinese audience because it's bigger box office than American box office. So we cater movies to China. We've been doing it since Transformers. Like,
Shut your conservative mouth. We have a guest now. Shartan,
Be careful, be kind, and be cognizant. That's all I ask.
I don't know if I can do cognizant. I'm way past cognizant at this point.
all right. So this is our guest for the show. This is Shartan.
I have to apologize. I am very late, and I know that I am, but because I am an adult, I have Max, and Max decide that we need to update in the middle of the night because it's past midnight where I live, and now everything just shuts the fuck down for like 12 minutes while you get your new updates in. I apologize. How are you all doing? Can you please, I know that you've done this already, can you please just introduce yourselves and we'll take it from there.
Introduce ourselves. Tim, would you like to introduce yourself to the audience who's been
I don't-
watching you
I
for
don't
11 episodes?
I don't want to.
Hi, I'm
I'm-
Nolan. I'm the
I'm
wild
not-
card.
I'm
Are
Tim.
you the wild card?
Generally, yes. Tim is
I'm
a textbook
liberal.
case of Tim's a textbook case and how a liberal can be radicalized to the far left.
You're the wild card, and Tim's the maverick.
No, he's a textbook in this is how a liberal becomes radicalized to the far left through the American higher education system.
Yeah,
And-
academia. Those
and-
liberal
and-
fucks.
Chris or Keith is your
I'm not your wife.
no,
Uh,
and I'm eternally grateful for that fact.
We look very different.
Yes, you do. And Keith is the grumpy dad level of conservative.
Yeah,
He's-
grumpy dad. I'm
He's
not
even got the
grumpy.
tie and the sweater thing on. So yeah, he's not like hardcore conservative, but just like grumpy dad. Not quite get off my lawns, but he's close.
I'm so glad you stopped by today.
There we go.
Yeah, cool. Ish.
Shartan, who are you?
That's the question.
All right. So, thanks for having me on. I'm Norwegian, living in Sweden. I'm what you would call a progressive leftist. I am born and raised in a social democratic system. I've lived most of my life in that system. I spent 2.5 years in Florida as a guest worker. I am just your average Joe, but I've done quite a bit of things in the 38 years that I've been alive.
And you're on the Bin podcast.
And yes, I am one of the hosts of the Bing podcast, and we have Tim on regularly. He's one of our very good friends.
I'm a very good friend.
You are a very good friend. Me and Tim spent, I think, somewhere close to 12 hours looking at election coverage.
Oh yeah,
together.
I was like their election specialist, and we were up at like crazy in the morning, talking about whether or not Trump was going to win.
Oh, for the presidential election.
Yeah, for the presidential election. Yeah.
On election night, I think I spent a good part of 12 hours with Tim, where we went back and forth. So
Our condolences.
Yes.
It's his condolences actually, because I was the one who was very drunk. It was 5 o'clock in the morning, a.m. And it was like he actually sent me a message like, "Should we break?" I was like, "Yeah, we should." And then we just
He was like, "I have to sleep," and I was like, "You probably should."
Yeah, I've been online for like 18 hours on different shows. So yeah,
Didn't we have a guy from the Bin podcast on last week?
Yeah,
Yes,
Mikey.
we've had several guys from the Bin podcast on.
Yeah.
Well, no, the first guy wasn't from the Bin.
No, he wasn't from Bin.
No, Dutch doesn't do
Dutch
the Bin
wasn't from
podcast.
Dutch has no affiliation with the Bin whatsoever. He has nothing to do with us. He is a completely different entity. We have no affiliation with the Bin podcast, except for the fact that one of our co-hosts is their producer. But that's the only affiliation.
Tim, everybody that we mentioned Dutch's name to tells us how awful they are. He is. Why did you think it was a good idea to have him on the show?
No. Here's the deal. Dutch is not awful in
Okay.
any way,
All right.
right?
Mikey was very upset about just the mention of Dutch's name.
I am very upset about the way that Dutch conducted himself on your show.
Oh, thank you for that.
Yeah. We weren't very happy about it either.
The way that he conducted himself on your show was very disrespectful. I do not condone his behavior, but that does not describe Jason Dutch, as a person, right? I do not condone his behavior. I don't condone what he did on your show. Jason Dutch is still a friend of mine.
That's fair. And
So-
and as far as our viewing audience goes, we never had an episode with him.
Yeah, it's been scrubbed.
Yeah. Unless you watched it live, there's no way to view that. So it technically
Yeah.
never happened.
No, I watched it live. Jason,
Oh, so sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. We have the occasional misstep.
hey, we all do mistakes again. So, Grumpy Dad, let's start with you.
Yes. Okay.
Let's start with you.
What are we starting with me?
No, I'm just wondering how I can tear you a new also.
Oh, any way you like, Daddy.
What else were we going to talk about today, guys?
Yeah,
Because we kind of got sidetracked on the whole Kong versus Godzilla
Well,
thing.
we also blew through all our topics in 5 minutes.
So let's go back to COVID then. Shartan, how is COVID in Sweden?
Yeah, well, a cat's asshole,
Oh, okay.
basically. That's how COVID is going in Sweden. A cat's
How's the,
asshole.
That good, huh?
how's the
No, no, no.
vaccine rollout and all that?
The vaccine rollout is an absolute fucking joke because
Same here.
so here's the deal, right? When we talk about COVID, we have to talk about social demographics. We have to talk about a lot of different things. So basically, when you talk about Sweden, the way that Sweden is governed, there is only 4 countries that you can compare Sweden to, compared to economics, social demographics, social structure, healthcare, and so on and so forth. Right?
Mm-hmm.
We agree.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
So we have Norway, Finland, Iceland, Norway, Sweden. This is the 5 countries that are comparable.
Okay.
I think you said Norway twice on that list.
Did
Did
I?
he?
Oh, okay. Norway, Finland, Sweden, Denmark, Iceland.
There we
Okay.
go. Denmark.
I might have gotten that wrong on the first time, right? But now we got it right. That's fine. I've had a couple of drinks in me. I have a cat, as you clearly can see, that it really wants to be on the show. And he's been doing this. Like I thought, I did the bin podcast for 2.5 hours, and he did this exact same thing. He just like, I want to be here. Yes, I have a cat.
I love him.
He is 15 years old. His name is Ozzy,
Aw.
and he's my lifelong partner. And I hate him, but I love him.
That sounds
No,
like a relationship with a cat. Yeah.
Yes,
It does. It sounds a lot like a relationship with a cat.
yes. But here's the deal. So when you start to let go, when you start talking about how the COVID rollout has gone, Ozzy can stay forever. Yes, he can. He really can. Like, he has a actual pillow in my bed that is his pillow. He does not like me taking dates home because he would he still fucking lives on their pillow. He's like, no, this is my pillow. But here's the deal. When we talk about COVID rollout, we have to talk about a lot of different things. We have to talk about how our economics look like, how our health benefits look like. Comparing Sweden, Norway, Denmark to, let's, for example, look at a third world country, the US.
I knew
And
it was
how-
coming.
And how they do their healthcare. It's not comparable because it's not private, it's not socialized, it's not part of your tax system, right? But look at Sweden. Sweden has about, give or take, 14,000 COVID deaths, right?
Mhm.
Norway has less than 700, right?
Okay.
Sweden has 10 million people. Norway has 5 million people. But we're still looking at a 10-to-1 ratio here, right?
I'm doing the math right now, but I think you're right.
I
Yeah.
think so.
I am right. I am not taking this shit straight out of my ass. I have had this discussion quite a few times.
Yeah.
So the thing that we're looking at is that we have to look at how do we roll this out within the system that we have. And apparently Finland, Iceland, Norway, and Denmark, who has approximately the same system that Sweden has compared to healthcare systems and social rollouts, have done a lot better than Sweden. Why has Sweden failed so badly?
Was your president named Trump?
No. The problem with Sweden is that Sweden has a very high role on how we tell people you are not allowed to do this, right?
Hmm.
So an entire new legislation had to be imposed for us to say you are not allowed to be more than 5 people or 8 people or 10 people in a room. These amount of people, that was a whole new legislation that had to be imposed.
Yeah.
And because we have, over the last 20 years in Sweden, we've had a right wing that has taken over more and more. The whole demographic of our political system has changed over the last 20 years. They were not able to, because, and this is very important, one of the problems that we have in Sweden is that it's not about being right anymore. It's about being in power, right? So you can block something in parliament just to go out in the media the next day and say, why didn't government do this? Because
That
it's
sounds very
because
American.
it's a very
Right,
easy
that's-
point.
that's very-
Do you know how we came up with that way of doing things? I don't know.
Did it come?
That's very
did it come
interesting.
from-
I've been running the numbers while you've been talking, and Sweden's deaths over population is 0.01%.
Yep.
Just in the United States, and it's 0.01%.
Yes, but how can you compare those two?
You can't. It's an astrologically different number. We're talking about like
Yeah.
3,000, I think you said, versus 500,000.
Yeah.
But the percentage wise by
Yes.
population.
No, but you
Uh,
can't just no. But you're doing that thing again, mate, where you are
I
looking
was
at.
fully expecting to have our percentage be like 20, so I was very surprised.
Yeah,
Well,
no.
500,000 is yeah, what you're talking about, that percentage of our population. But if 500,000 people died in really any other country except for us or China or
No.
or India, it would
No,
be
but this is very
catastrophic
easy.
to that population.
Is there any way, anything
Yeah,
that you can find, any anomaly that you can find that where you can, say that Sweden and US are the same? Do you have a universal healthcare, for example?
We do not, but if you're looking for metrics that are the same, the ratio of death to population is exactly
No.
the same.
I'm not looking at COVID. Do you
Okay.
pay?
So anything
All right.
geopolitically?
Yeah, of course. Social, politically, social economics.
Mhm.
How many income per
Income
household?
per capita?
I mean,
It's
there really is no way to
$50,000.
compare the United States to Sweden in any sort of meaningful metric other than the ratio of death. But by what you said before yourself, that's kind of a mark on how Sweden had failed to, handle the COVID outbreak and deal with all that, compared to Norway, Denmark, Finland, and Iceland, who all generally have a similar system.
Exactly.
So that's how America and Sweden are the same. They both fucked up in the same way.
Yes, absolutely. But
So what has gone wrong with the vaccine rollout where you guys are? Because I know what's gone wrong here, but what is going on up?
No.
here.
Let's do this. You are saying you know what's going wrong there. Let's have you start before we go on.
Here, in the state of Connecticut specifically, we had vaccine rollouts by age originally, and then very suddenly it became everyone's eligible April 12th, and then it was everyone is eligible April 1st. And by getting rid of the tiered system, it is now a free-for-all. It's find it if you can and good luck if you can't. It's very difficult to find a vaccination site. It's very difficult to find an appointment for one because it's just opening of the floodgates. And it's not structured in any way anymore.
The problem with the way that America has rolled out its COVID vaccine program is that it is very much a government-run program where the government hasn't run this program since the polio vaccine, I'm sure, and it didn't have a plan for the first couple of months of the rollout because the Trump administration had no plan. So a plan had to be put together on the fly.
The government rollout of the vaccine, Tim, as far as the manufacturing and distributing, I don't actually think has been all that problematic. What's been problematic is getting it direct, because making it and shipping it, they've done a fine job in. Where it falls apart is in that final step of getting it to actual people, where you have to go to your local Walgreens or your pharmacy or that. And that's where they've kind of screwed everything up, because rather than running clinics themselves like they did for the polio vaccine and other major public health things, they said, okay, we'll let all these licensed pharmacies and doctors and whatnot handle it. And that's kind of the misstep.
And
I think
I'll
the
agree.
problem,
The federal government really absolved itself of any responsibility when they gave all the sort of infrastructure of it to the states to handle. And then the states, there's 50 different states with 50 different opinions on how to do it.
And some of the states don't even think that COVID's a thing still.
I mean, I don't think that any state is doing the vaccine rollout by their local government in any way. It's all just, it hasn't been a problem with the federal government to produce the vaccine or get enough samples, get enough vaccines in the first place. It's how the distribution has been handled. It's just go get it.
So how is the distribution handled then in the US?
Privately.
Yeah, very privately.
The government then gives it to major pharmaceutical distribution centers, and it falls upon the individual citizen to get it from them.
So how is your private healthcare system doing compared to, like socialized systems that you have in Germany, Spain, Norway, Sweden, Denmark? Is that a good idea or a bad idea?
To let the private sector handle it?
Yeah.
I mean,
I think he's asking if privatized medicine in general is better than socialized.
No. In the vaccination.
No, he's talking specifically
for vaccine.
So here's the issue that I see with the privatized model for.
I mean, it's not privatized. It's not privatized because it's not.
It's
not being charged. There's no money being exchanged here. It's free to all citizens.
The government did buy the vaccines and is distributing it for free, but
it's the fall down again is the distribution and giving it to companies like Walgreens. And CVS.
So here's the deal. All right. So let's do that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Where we talk about one thing at a time. We don't talk about 8 different things in 4 different conversations. So how are you doing your rollout of the vaccine? Is it done by the government, or is the government buying the vaccines, as the radical leftists said, aka tons of mice, aka Tim?
I am not
Uh,
tons of mice.
yes, you are. Shut the fuck up, Uber Eats. You need to sit your fucking ass down. Um, is it
You
a good?
tell him.
I will. I will. Like I've been waiting for weeks to tell Tim to sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up while I talk. And it's so funny to be on his podcast. Well, he's been on my podcast for so many times telling me to shut the fuck up. Now I'm here. I'm the guest of honor. You all bow down before me.
I want a plot of land in Scotland.
Why are you talking, puny human? No, I'm joking. I loved him. I loved him. He knows that I loved him. But here's the deal. How do you have a rollout? The government buys it. What happens next?
It goes to the states and private companies to distribute.
Is that a good or a bad way of doing it?
So, I would. Nolan,
It,
go for it.
it was a good way to do it when they were using the tiered system of only people within a certain age bracket could get it every couple of months. That system was not perfect, but it was working fairly well.
I agree with that. And also, you have to
Go ahead.
understand, it's not just going to CVS's and Walgreens, it's going to hospitals. Like mine is coming from Yale New Haven Hospital.
Yeah, and they've been trying to get as many medical professionals cleared to distribute the vaccine as humanly possible. They've gone to dentists, veterinarians. There's
Don't go get the COVID vaccine from the vet, Tim.
I might.
but they've been trying to get as many people who are qualified to distribute it as possible. I think, and I agree with Keith and Nolan about getting rid of the tiered system. Is it sort of created like this? Let's get everyone vaccinated as fast as humanly possible approach, but it's ending up creating a clusterfuck.
Yeah,
Now,
they
how-
dropped the tiered thing too soon.
What I'm
Yeah.
interested in is how is your system over there doing the vaccine rollout? Because I know it's not like what we're doing.
No. So the difference that you have to look at, right, and this is where it's not comparable anymore, and why it's unfair for me to use you as comparison.
Mhm.
It's because we have a socialized system. In Norway, the socialized system is a lot stronger and a lot less privatized than it is in Norway. Denmark is pretty close to Norway, but somewhere in between Norway and Sweden. Finland is very secluded, very private, very
It's very Finland. Just say it.
very Finland, very Finland.
They're all running
very,
around the woods yelling perkele and stabbing each other.
Satan perkele, petta, för fan, vad håller du på med för fan, jävla fitta. Yeah, but basically,
don't
that's
make up words.
no, that's actually something that happened to me. It's
Finland
what the
happened
fuck?
to you?
Yeah, what the fuck are you doing? Are you absolutely stupid in your head? You absolutely fucking cunt. That's what that means. But Iceland, for example, who had a very big spike back in April 2020, it was sort of funny because everybody was like, Finland's doing bad. Yes. But if two people in Finland in Iceland get COVID, it's like 2% of their entire population. It's like 137 people in total over there. So
Yeah.
yes, you get by 100,000 people, you get a very big spike. but it's not really representative for anything, right?
Yeah.
But let's take Norway. 5 million citizens over a vast, an enormous country that stretches from the borders of Denmark to the borders of Russia, right? This is a very easy country to control because it's vast and it only contains 5 million people. Did you know that Norway has a bigger coastline than the West Coast and the East Coast combined?
I do now.
Yes, you just learned something.
That's a Sharp Tank
Congratulations.
fact.
Those
Well,
those
I mean-
those fjords are very intricate. A lot of coastline wrapped up. In
Yes,
that.
yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
look at
No,
Norway.
yeah, no,
it's-
I'm not. Yeah, but like I'm saying, like by
It's mostly
kilometer.
coast.
it's like Norway is on the Atlantic coast. It's like it goes like this, and it's just vast, and it's so long.
Yeah, it's almost all coastline.
Yes. Chris Lego said there are about 3 times more people in our country than there is in Iceland. I don't know where you are, Chris, but you are probably correct. Yes. I think
you're right.
I think the population of Iceland is
300,000.
300.
356,000.
320,000. 326.
It's as of 2019, it's 356,991.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 300,000 people. We have 10 times more people in the United States.
That's
Uh,
1%. That's 1% of the population of the US.
Yeah.
1%. No. It's 0.1%.
Yeah, 300,000 is 0.1%.
0.1. Yeah, it's
0.1%.
tiny. It's a tiny.
So if you have like 8 people in Iceland having COVID, yes, it's going to make a big impact on that curve, right?
Yeah.
But here's the deal. We cannot compare ourselves to you in how we roll it out. And what your question was, because I've been going on for quite some time without answering your question. Your question was, how is your vaccination rollout going?
Yeah.
It's going slowly. Very, very, very slowly.
Why is that?
Because we can't get a hold of the vaccines. It started off very fast as well, because we got a hold of a certain amount of vaccines, let's say 1/10 of the vaccines that we need, right? So we went to all the people who live in institution, elderly homes, and all that. The people that we know where they are, they're in the risk zone, and we can find them, easily vaccinate them because they're already at a place where we know where they are, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that went very, very fast. We could do that. Now comes the issue, except for the fact that we can't get a hold of vaccines because, AstraZeneca is, insane, and Pfizer said they're not going to give any more vaccines to the EU, and Denmark said, like, hey, this truck is ours, so we're going to keep these vaccines in Denmark. I'll tell the story later.
That sounds
It's
like a
funny.
very Danish thing to do.
It's an incredibly funny story. It's incredible. I'll tell you in a bit. But now you have to have people coming to where they have to get vaccinated, taking time out of the day to go there, right? Because they don't work in a hospital, they work in an office or a shop or wherever. They have to go somewhere. Now it slows down because this is people that we don't know where they are. We just ask them, can you please come between 8 and 10 on Monday morning? Right? Now it takes time. Now it slows down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still think that's a better system though than
Yeah.
to be able to reach out to people and say
Mm.
your vaccine is scheduled for this, come in at this time. Than just
No. How is that better than saying, like, be there at 8:10 and get your fucking shot?
Yeah, that's the better
No, that's
option.
Yeah,
That's the better
than-
That's the
option.
better. That's the better way of doing it. Yeah.
Yeah, It's better
Yes.
than, hey, everyone stay up till midnight and maybe you'll get an appointment for your vaccine.
Yeah.
So what my opinion is that we shouldn't ask like, when can you come? Please come get your vaccine. Fill in this form and then give it time. No. What we should do is like at 8:05 you are going to go there. At 8:07 the next person is going to be there. 8:09 the next person is going to be there. If you're not there, I'm
I
going to
see what he's
fucking.
saying.
I am gonna. We are gonna fine you. Fucking take your vaccine, or you can never see a fucking doctor again. If you break a leg, fucking sit there and put like, I don't know, fucking have your kids piss on it or what the fuck ever, because you don't trust doctors. You don't know shit about anything, and you need to go and live on the moon or what the fuck ever.
I'm
Because
having a
you
heart
are
attack.
stupid.
I'm sorry, sir. You missed your vaccine appointment. You're no longer allowed healthcare in this country.
Exactly.
Please die in
Yes.
the gutter away from
Yes.
the hospital so we don't have to clean you up.
Like, don't you ever?
I'm fine
if
with that. Let's do that.
What?
If you
That's
are-
what we've already been doing. That's why 500,000 people are dead, Keith.
If you
I'm-
are if you're an anti-vaxxer and like, I don't want to go get vaccines, I'm like, yeah, cool. You don't trust scientists, doctors, or anything. If you get a fucking ammonia, fucking lie in a fucking gutter somewhere and fucking choke to death. I don't fucking care. But you're not allowed to now go to your doctor and say, hey, dude, help me out. No. I tried giving you a vaccine like 6 years ago and you said, no, I don't believe in vaccines because I know better, because I found something on Facebook that told me that I couldn't take a vaccine because I could get autism. Are you fucking insane right now? Really? Autism?
I'm glad
Okay,
that's not
I don't
just
know
a
how
United States thing.
familiar you are with America right now, but we as a country are currently divided into two camps. There's the who can be the most woke contest that is never ending and finds a new thing to argue about. And then there are the people who say we need to kill everybody on the left because they are space lizards who are eating babies. We're nuts.
Here's what I've heard. I've heard the vaccine is not a vaccine. It's a experimental cocktail that will change your DNA at the molecular level.
From who? From who
from-
did you hear this?
From just
From who
crazy
did you hear
mother-
this?
So I see these things
internet.
on. So I see these things on Facebook comments on places that you would not necessarily look. I am in a lot of the radical left Facebook groups, the radical right Facebook groups, so I can see what they're saying. I've also seen
the left is just as crazy as the fucking right on this, by the way.
I've also seen the classic. There's a microchip in it. That one, I think, that's a good
Yeah.
one. That'll be
I
around
want
for a
Bill
while.
Gates
Okay,
microchip,
so-
man.
Hey, by the
so-
way, the government doesn't need to give you a microchip. They already gave me one. I paid $1,400 for it. It's called the fucking iPhone. Yes.
So-
there
so-
you go.
While other countries getting upset about this are their people I don't understand. In America, we have an unfortunate precedent for the government going, oh, here's a vaccine, and it fucking a lot of people over. And that was the 1930s Tuskegee syphilis experiment, where we took a series of communities of African Americans down in Georgia and said, oh, this is a vaccine, it'll make you safe. And what we really did was just give them all syphilis.
Yeah, Karen. Oh my God, Tim is right. It's the first time ever. It just happened. So, Karen, let's all give a fist bump for Karen because Tim is right. It just happened. We have been waiting years and years for this to happen. Fucking go it. I'm sorry, Tim. I had to. She was pissing all over you, and I just had to
Oh,
chime
you know
in.
what? I have the power on this show.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Oh, there he goes. There he goes.
God damn it! He's our most popular guest ever with women. Put him back on.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Do you
I love
know
it.
how many messages I'm getting that all say, "Oh my God, his voice"?
Oh, Chartan,
Why?
tell
Can
them
you
what
please? Can you please send some of them my way?
I will
Like,
screenshot them
what the
and
fuck?
send them.
tell them what you do for a living.
All right. No, but here's the deal, right? Like, if you think that you know better than people who has spent 6 years at medical school, 2 years practicing, and then another 2 years in actual practice,
And they're constantly required to learn new things. Constantly.
constantly.
Yeah.
Constantly. Same knows this. There's 2 doctors just down the street that can tell you how long they have. One of them is an actual fucking infectious disease doctor, right? And we
Mhm.
talk about this all the time. And then you go like, you know what? I read something on Facebook, right? And it can give you autism. Or it's a fucking experiment by the state,
Yeah.
and or you can like, what the fuck? What are you talking about? What are you on about?
So the
Take the
reason
vaccines, get vaccinated, and if you don't, fucking don't see a doctor when you break a leg. Fucking, I don't know.
the thing about conspiracy theories is they make people feel like they're smarter than everybody else. Like they have secret knowledge that people don't have, and some people need that in their life to make them feel like they're worth anything, like they are in the know and everyone else isn't. It's dangerous when you apply that to a vaccine for a disease that will absolutely fucking kill you.
Well, and again, we have a precedent in this country for the American
Yes.
government going, hey, we're going to give you a vaccine. Haha, no kidding. We just gave you all syphilis. Like our government actually did that in the 30s to people. That's
Yeah.
not hyperbolic. That's not, I'm making, this is,
And it's
they
not
went,
like you don't have to reach 100 years back. We MK Ultra in the 80s, where
Yeah.
like our government likes to experiment on us. It's a thing they do.
People in America are afraid of side effects too. Yes.
I mean, everybody should be a little worried about side effects. This is the fastest a vaccine has ever been produced. We've done it in record time. So that is a legitimate concern. I just don't know if it's legitimate enough to go, well, now I'm not going to do it. I think there's a higher chance that the government might all just give you syphilis, but because we've done that before.
Maverick, there's a bigger chance of me giving you syphilis than
Alright,
anybody else.
I'm changing the names back. That's
I like my name, damn it.
You can't change my name.
Yes, I can, Tim. I can do anything.
You can't change. You'll listen. You can't tell me what my name is.
There. All the names are normal again.
You're the worst.
I'm just glad he
No.
didn't write Toby.
No, but the point I'm trying to make is that a vaccine is not a miracle cure, right? Do you know when do we start vaccinating for polio?
Nolan would know. Nolan's a history guy.
I believe the initial polio vaccines. Oh wait, no, I might be getting that confused with smallpox now. I think the polio was in the 40s and smallpox was the 50s, but
1791.
oh,
Yes.
Is that when it was developed?
Yeah. The first polio vaccines was administered in 1791. You can check that shit out.
and was this was a vaccine in the sense of taking something and grinding it up and snorting it, right? Because I know that's how they used to administer vaccines. back
No,
then.
it was actually administered intravenously.
Okay. Because I feel like
And you
that's
know,
what they did with some
you
of
know,
them.
by the way, most of the people who got that vaccine in the 1700s are dead now, so the vaccine doesn't work.
Proof enough for me.
Proof enough, yeah. Do you know when
they all died from syphilis.
Do you know when? Yeah, they all died from syphilis. Do you know when polio was eradicated by the WHO? When the WHO went out and said polio is no longer a thing. You know when that happened?
I do not.
1970s. 160 years of vaccines.
Yeah,
we
checks
are not
out.
getting rid of
No,
polio
absolutely not.
or of COVID within the next 2 or 3 years, right? People talking about we need to go back to normal. No, 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 dude. We need to realize that the old normal is dead. We need to find a new normal. We need to go forward. We don't have to go backwards.
Americans
the-
don't like that.
Yeah, I don't like that. I think the most that's going to happen is that you're going to have to get your COVID shot every year, like you get a flu shot. Only it's a lot more serious than a flu shot, and the disease is going to continue to change and evolve, and you're just going to have to get a COVID shot every year.
I mean, that might, even with the vaccines, that's still a possibility because they don't have the data yet to know if it's going to require a booster shot. Like
what is
Johnson and Johnson is like one and done, and Pfizer and Moderna are like, oh, you get 2 and you're all set. But 6 months to a year after you get it, you might need a booster. We don't have the relevant data on that yet.
No, but dude, like, why is it a problem for you moving forward? Why is a new normal?
So, what does your new
problem.
normal? What does your new normal include?
Plexiglass, lots of it.
Okay, so that directly,
You know, like everybody has, like, pay taxes, get universal health care.
that's fine with me. That doesn't affect my life.
Plexiglass everywhere, all the time.
No. What I'm saying,
Shut up,
like,
cook boy.
He was talking to Tim.
I was directing that at Tim. Sorry.
I take offense. I take offense on his behalf.
Yeah. Go get in your food truck, Tim.
I will.
Yeah, I know you will, because that's where you work.
I take my offense back until Tim actually rolls his food truck outside my house and give me some fucking grilled cheese.
That's a long. You'd have to put it on a barge and just not get it stuck in the Suez Canal on your way there.
I don't care. Like, as long as he just makes me a grilled cheese. Like, but here's the deal. What we're talking about is that you are saying that we cannot. You take exception, like the old normal is dead. The old normal is already dead. We have amended our way of life so many times during the last 100 years. So why is a problem amending our way of life because that it's different?
So it essentially destroys my way of life. Because I'm a filmmaker and I work with crews of 100 plus regularly. And if I'm not able to do that, then I can't make movies anymore. And that kind of destroys everything I've built in my life for the last 8 years. It's not that I want to go to a bar or hang out with lots of people. It's that I work with people. Everything that I do involves me working with people and not small amounts of people.
I mean,
so it directly affects me.
Hasn't Hollywood found ways around?
Yes, but I'm not Hollywood.
Well, I'm just saying that, like, there are going to be new things.
Paying for everyone to get tested weekly, which costs a lot of money. And
if you had a socialized healthcare system, that wouldn't be so expensive because everybody paid taxes to get that.
I'm not the president. I don't make those decisions.
Yeah,
the president doesn't make those decisions.
No, nobody makes any decisions in America. Haven't you heard?
Parliament makes that decision.
We don't have a parliament.
Yeah,
I wish we had a parliament.
Problem one.
No, you have a parliament. You have, but you have 2 of them, right?
Yeah.
You have the Senate and the Congress.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know how you were saying, like, you can't compare the American healthcare system to what they do in Sweden. You are giving our Congress way too much credit by comparing them to a parliament. That's a level of efficiency and representation that we can only aspire to one day in this country.
Yeah, parliaments actually get things done, I think.
Why isn't Wayne here? He was going to have a field day on this shit.
I know. He said he might show up, but I guess he fell asleep.
He probably did. All right, but all right. So you have a legislative body.
You can call it that.
Yeah, in theory we do.
Yes, we do, Tim. Yes, we do. We have a legislative body.
if you want to call it that, or if you, it just is, right? And
Yes.
right?
Yeah,
Am
let's
I
call it
wrong?
that.
Dear Lord, he knows. It's like somewhere from the other, he has figured us out. Jesus fucking Christ, what are we gonna do now? He read a book. No.
We have a legislature. That's true. We definitely have one of those. How
Yes.
legislative they are is very much up to debate.
They haven't been particularly
More
effective.
like a legislative dad bod.
Yeah,
Is that
we don't
like
have a we don't
is-
have a
is-
legislature.
is that like is this when I take my shirt off?
Yes, it's a
Oh,
legislature.
okay.
In fact, why don't you do that now, Shotan, since we have so many
It's all tattoos under there, man.
Oh, do it for me. He's gonna do it. Yes.
You're making him do this, and he lives in Sweden. You know it's very cold there, right?
I know it's cold there.
Just saying, keep that in mind if you see anything.
There you go, and I just turn your podcast into an OnlyFans.
I love it. Absolutely.
No,
Look at the thirst in the comment.
all right. So, do you have a Patreon?
We do not. No.
You do
No.
not have a Patreon.
We have
Do
not-
you
we not
have
set one up yet?
a super chat?
A what? A super chat?
Yeah.
Nah.
We barely
alright.
have a Twitter, man.
We don't. We
haven't
don't. We don't.
monetized
All right.
Yeah, we don't monetize.
This is what we're gonna do. So we're gonna put Nolan's PayPal in there. For every $1 you PayPal him, I'm gonna take a piece of clothing off.
Nolan, what's the link? Right now. Right now.
Fuck.
Fucking make one.
What is it? Super chat?
Put me on the spot, sure. I had a PayPal once upon a time.
I got a PayPal.
Shit,
all
I
right.
don't know how to internet. Oh god.
We are boosting your ratings as fuck right now. All right.
Oh my god.
You're about to have a naked Viking sitting there, just like waving his hammer, like it's no like it's no tomorrow, while he's yelling at Americans why you got everything wrong.
Oh.
Oh god.
Oh, and Tim goes like, "Oh." He's like, "Oh, I would." He's been wanting this for a long time.
Tim, get me somewhere back on track.
What the fuck were we talking about?
We were talking. No, I'll get you back on track. So what we were talking about is the healthcare system, and that's a problem because the thing that
Yeah.
we are talking about is that the way that you have constructed your healthcare system obstructs the way that you can actually get things done.
I think
Because
it's just I think it's just bullshit that Sweden isn't able to get vaccines. Like that's like they have a shortage. That's some bullshit.
Well,
No,
guess
that's
who bought them
EU.
all?
That's EU.
Is that
Right.
why? I can't find anything on why. You
So
guys
part
have
of
a
the
shortage.
reason is because America and China bought a lot of the early vaccines, and we sort of monopolized it for a while. So the vaccine companies have to continually ramp up their production. All the other European Union countries are also having the same problem. Ireland keeps getting promised amounts of vaccines, and then it gets revised when they don't have it.
Tim, is it okay for me to plug the button on here?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. So we had a guest on the bin, Alyssa, on a special back last year. She was the head of intellectual property for Novartis, which is a very big pharmaceutical company, and she told us and educated us on how this happens. A lot of like countries buy vaccines before they are actually produced to make sure that if the vaccines are actually effective, they will be first. I would please go to our special with Alicia and please listen to what she has to say. Because just that insight on how the intellectual property of a pharmaceutical industry actually happens is very it's very interesting.
Yeah.
And she explains it a lot better than I can. I did not understand half of what she said, but I still listened to it. But she's been doing this for 45 years, and she's a sweet woman. And she explained it to us like we were 5 years old, and she did it very, very well. So,
Tim, do you have that? Do you have that link, Tim?
What link?
For the bin. Where have
For
you
the
been?
bin, man.
Oh, yeah.
it's
I'll get-
youtube.com/the bin.
Yeah, I'm on
podcast.
YouTube right now. I'll copy it.
Tim's gonna post it for you, but please go and listen to it because Alisa is a fantastic fucking human being, and just that she took the time out of her day to explain how intellectual property of, for example, developing vaccines, what she's been working with for 45 years, is just fantastic.
Yeah, I
You see, I even got a hat on.
There we go. It's posted.
it's not the bin.
The bin.
Oh, the bin podcast. Yes. Okay. Yes. All
You got it. All right.
Yep.
There you
Yeah,
go.
we've got. I just want to double check it and
Yeah, yeah.
make sure it works. Yeah.
But when we talk about vaccines, when we talk about the rollout, there is so many hurdles that we have to jump through. And it's depending on social demographics, economic demographics. So many variables has to be in there. And you also have the supply, right? My mother and my sister works in healthcare in Norway. They got the AstraZeneca before it got stopped. So they got the
Yeah.
first dose, but they never got the second dose. My dad got the Pfizer, so he got both doses.
Yeah, I'd heard that they had stopped doing the AstraZeneca because they were worried about what it might do to people over a certain age. And then they're looking at starting to distribute it again because they have a shortage.
No, not because it's a shortage. So the AstraZeneca is safe for people between 12 and 15 or people 65 and over.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So it's in the middle. It's the problem.
Yes, the middle is the problem where you can get blood pressure problems, for example, which is the big problem that we have. We know that people who have had the Pfizer vaccine has more severe COVID symptoms than people who have the Moderna. Sorry. This does not speak to the efficacy of the actual vaccine. It has nothing to do with that. It's just, it has nothing to do with the potency. It's just that you have more severe symptoms. Our good friend Mikey got the Pfizer. He got really sick after his second dose. The first dose he didn't really feel, but the second dose made him feel very, very, very sick. But
Yeah.
being having flu-like symptoms for 2 days is not being on a respirator and almost dying. There
Yeah,
is
absolutely. I had somebody
There's a difference.
somebody referred to the Johnson and Johnson version today. Somebody said to me, "JoJo's Bizarre Vaccine," and I'm just sad that I immediately knew what he was talking about.
Well, the Johnson and Johnson one doesn't actually prevent you from getting COVID. It keeps it so the symptoms are less severe when you do get it.
Yeah, it
Well,
prevents you from dying.
That's what all 3 vaccines do, and AstraZeneca. They don't prevent. They don't. You can still get COVID, but you won't die from it, and you won't have to be hospitalized. That's what they say when they mean effective. It's not preventing you. I mean, it prevents spread because after you get the vaccine, you're less likely to spread, but it's not stopping you from
Right,
getting
but the
COVID.
Johnson and Johnson one is only at like the 60% rate, so
Yeah,
it's as opposed to the 80-90% of the other two.
but the advantage
Well,
to
Pfizer and Moderna.
the advantage
I don't know
to
anything about Seneca.
AstraZeneca is
Johnson-
at like 94, 95, I think.
Okay.
The advantage to the Johnson and Johnson vaccine is that it only needs 1 shot, and it doesn't need to be in a super cold freezer.
And it's 30% less effective than the other ones at minimum. So
So Pfizer is 91% effective. Moderna is
We can't do super
90%.
chats.
Moderna is 90% effective, and Johnson and Johnson is 66.3% effective.
yeah, I'll go with the higher percentage ones.
Yeah.
All right.
And
So, but look at this, right? So, for how long have we known that the flu virus exists?
Forever.
long time. Since the
Well,
dawn
like
of time.
how long did we? No, because for a while we thought it was demons or bad smells or like how
It
long
was
have we
bad
known the
blood.
actual flu virus? Probably the last 150 years.
That we knew that it was a virus, right?
Yeah.
And we were working on vaccines for the flu virus for the last 150 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're not perfect. Flu is a very difficult disease to treat and vaccine against, and so is COVID. By the way, when I say 66.3% effective for Johnson & Johnson, that's only its overall effectiveness. It has 100% effectiveness against hospitalization and death. Like all of the vaccines have 100% against being in the hospital and dying. The effectiveness is not that number; it's a different number.
Yeah. The effectiveness is symptoms.
Yeah, cool. I'm
Severity-
still not getting the Johnson & Johnson one. Thanks, but I don't.
Yeah, I mean that's fine. You
I mean,
get,
you
listen,
can
you
get
pick.
whatever one they give you.
Yeah, at this point, you're not gonna have a choice.
Well, no,
You don't have a choice. You can't just go, "Oh, I want the Moderna one."
Sure, you can.
Good
They-
luck.
They will tell you where they're going to be giving which vaccines. You
Oh,
can
I
you
see.
can you can
You'll pick the
call and
location.
pick the location you want
Oh,
to
I
get
see.
the one you want. I mean, at now, and I'm sure in a few months' time, when I go to get mine, after the line has died down a bit.
So we can't do the super chats because we don't have enough subscriptions. So everyone listening to this show,
Yes.
go to our YouTube, subscribe, click all the buttons, and when we get to enough subscribers to have a super chats, we'll have Shartan back on
And have him strip.
and have him strip for money.
You are in the right quadrant for that idea, Tom.
This
And
is
I have to amend myself, so I got it wrong. It was not polio; it was smallpox.
Oh, smallpox.
Smallpox.
Okay.
Yeah,
My
okay.
bad. I got
Yeah,
that wrong.
I was thinking the polio was like at least the 1930s.
19. So the polio vaccine was back in 1933.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
I got it wrong, and I amended myself. I actually did some live googling, and I amended myself, and I apologize for everybody who might. So
Well, I mean-
So smallpox was 1796, not 1791. I even got it wrong by 5 years. I am very apologetic. um,
I mean, I believed you.
but all of these people are dead anyways. So it obviously didn't work.
Vaccine failed.
Yeah.
They all died
Yeah,
of syphilis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was, and of course, it was syphilis. So yeah.
Well, I think
So that's me actually live googling my own shit because all of you fucking fucktards are too lazy to actually fact check me. There you go.
Oh,
That's
I
how
know.
professional I am. I am.
I'm a bad.
I
I'm a bad
actually went
host.
through. We
I
just
kind
thought
of
we were-
I knew polio was in the 30s. I just didn't want to argue. I was like, I know when it came up with it, but I'm not going to argue it. That's all. I knew.
Yeah, sure you did. Hindsight is always 2020. There you go, Mr.
I
Fucking
knew it was in
Know-it-all.
the 30s, but again, wasn't going to argue. And it was the smallpox one. The mass immunizations they started in the 50s.
Yeah, but the actual vaccine was developed in 1796.
see, Shartan, what happened was we've all been so scarred by Dutch.
No, I didn't.
Let's talk about
listen.
Dutch for a second. Let's
I just was
talk about
willing
Dutch
to
for a
trust
second.
his. Like
I
he
was-
spoke with such
yeah.
confidence. I went. I'm pretty sure it's the 30s, but you know what? Fuck, this is a product of American schooling. I could be wrong.
No. Fact check me on everything that I say and fucking challenge me on everything that I say.
That sounds like a lot of work.
I mean, there's yeah.
Yeah, you're telling a bunch of Americans to fact check. I mean,
Listen, I also knew it was wrong, but I wanted to be nice and not argue with him. I looked it up and I was like 1930. He's like 17 something. I'm like, you know what? He's probably right. What is with me, you know?
What's wrong with you people? Why are you so like this is us, like I got it wrong and I had to amend myself by fucking live googling shit.
You know what?
When
I-
you
this is
like,
why.
Karen's
This is why.
reason is why. That's why. That's
That's
why
why.
I didn't.
actually it's so hard.
Because
Yeah,
my phone's blowing up with how like sexy you are. I didn't want to be like, listen, buddy, that's wrong.
Hey, fuck it, dude. Fuck it, just do it. I'm not here to be sexy.
And
Yeah,
yet,
that's Tim's
and-
job.
yeah,
Tim's only
that's-
here to be sexy.
Yeah, what's up with the bandana, dude?
Man, I just didn't feel like dealing with it today.
dealing with
Yeah, because
Dealing
like
with what?
because
Thank
like,
you, Keith.
you know, like fixing our hair is like a thing. Like, look at Keith.
Oh God, don't.
Yes, please don't. Like, yes,
he's got
really.
the Hawkeye.
Yeah, but that's not on purpose. That's just a like a racer
So-
accident.
it's a little bit on purpose.
Yeah.
Come on,
know,
Shartan, show
screwed
us
up.
the whole Rasputin look you got going on.
What? I'm seeing it. Was there
No,
more?
it's got like a hair.
Does he have
component and
hair?
Everything, yeah.
Ah.
Come on, Nolan, tell me that's
Luxurious
not
hair.
Rasputin.
I mean, I hate to stereotype, but you're not fighting it. It looks like a bunch of Slavic nobles are looking to poison you and then stab you and then throw you in a river. I mean,
I'm pretty sure Shatan was like in one of the Expendables movies. Pretty sure I saw him in one of those.
Yeah, he was definitely a villain in one of the Expendables movies.
Yeah, no, dude. They modeled Fat Thor in Endgame from me. Like
It's true. We got a big royalty check.
that's true. That's how he was able to start the podcast.
yes. No, it's actually quite funny because when Irish Swede just made that Rasputin joke and he pulled it up, Rasputin picture, and I was like, yeah, I can't dispute that. Like, it actually looks like I'm 350 years old, and well, you know,
So
we can't win them all.
we got a little bit of time left, but we were promised a story about the Dutch and hoarding vaccines.
Yeah.
No, it was the Danish.
The Danish hoarding vaccines. They
All
took
right.
a truck.
Yes. So here's the deal. So this is funny. Can I take my can I put my cap on so I can
yeah,
actually hear
yeah.
something? Right, okay, cool.
We don't need any more swooning.
The Czech gets any more thirsty, we're gonna need a mop.
I know. It's true.
I can't even see the chat, so that's fine. So here's the deal. So there was this truck that was scheduled to go to Sweden with vaccines. But because the plant was in Switzerland, it had to go to Germany through Denmark. And on the Danish-Swedish border, Danish were like, so what's in your truck?
Oh no.
And the driver's like, vaccines. Oh, really? Where are they going? Sweden? Not anymore, they're not.
Oh god. Isn't that some kind of international law that they're breaking at some point?
Isn't that piracy?
That's like, that's like breaking every EU fucking conscript ever. And the
Or
Danish
is it-
was like, no. So this is what happened. So the Swedish would go like, we are missing like 30,000 doses of vaccine. Anybody seen them? People like Switzerland were like, we shipped them out. And Germany went like, yeah, they went through here. Then we're like, we don't know.
If I understand that region at all, that's traditional Danish Swedish relations, just screwing with each other and giving each other a hard time.
Yes, this is like back to like, you know, like the 11th fucking century sort of fucking rivalry, dude. but it hasn't happened in like 500 years, and like people are like, so where's the truck? And everybody like, Switzerland went like, well, we shipped it out. Denmark, and you know, Germany said like, we shipped it through. Denmark were like, well, well. Then it
Just
just
like is there like a finders keepers law?
yeah, they
If
were
it's on
like
your
they were,
territory?
and then you have like this like Polish drivers down like, no comment.
He didn't steal the vaccines. He just stole the truck after they took the vaccines.
He was
off.
like, no
Yeah.
comment. I don't want to comment on that. So it just turns out like Denmark's like, hey, we need this shit. We're not letting it through. They just took like 30,000 fucking doses.
Did you like?
Shut
did
the
you like-
fuck up, Google. And yes, I have a cat.
Saving that.
Shut the fuck up, Google.
No, but my Google speakers has been, Jesus Christ, Aussie.
So did the Danish like walk up to the Swedish border and like flip off the border before they took the vaccine? They're like,
Yeah,
"Fuck you
no.
guys."
I just like I would want to watch like the video like of the security feed of they were like, I don't know, just gonna take that. So this is my 15-year-old cat Aussie, and he really wants to be on a podcast tonight because he's been walking on my desk all night.
He can be on the show whenever he wants.
Yep.
Yeah.
You and Ozzy are apparently just as popular. So
Yeah, right. That's kind of how it goes.
So before I leave and before we end, I have to plug my podcast. My podcast
Yep,
is called The
absolutely.
Ben. We talk about things that we care about, things that we don't care about, and I need to get his fucking arse out of me face before I continue. So you have to step down there, boy. I am a part of the Bin podcast, and Tim is one of our proud contributors. We are proud to have Tim on. He gives us valuable input. We talk about things that we don't care about. We talk about things that we care about. And I spend a lot of time yelling at people that I don't like.
Yeah, you and Wayne spend a lot of time arguing.
Yes, me. So the Europeans, the Europeans, basically, Wayne, he's in the UK. They're not a part of the EU anymore. So he's basically, Iceland without the scenery. Now he's just a weird guy who puts, vinegar on chips. So
He's
Yeah.
English. Is he even really human? I mean,
well, he invented you. So who are you?
We overthrew the British monarchy.
actually, he didn't invent us. The French invented us to spite the English.
All right. Oh. I don't want to get into that argument because I don't really care. It's a stupid the British got fucked over by the Americans. Then you continue to fuck over America, and now you're basically just fucked. The UK left the EU, and now they're fucked. And we're sitting in Scandinavia going like, it's just like a continuous fucking 18-hour orgasm every fucking day. We go like, oh, you fucked up, dude. Oh, this is funny as shit. It's like a train wreck you just love watching. But I have to tell you though, it's
a train wreck.
it's very liberating not seeing American president having international incident every single day. Not hearing the name of your president every single day because he did something stupid or had bug roll on his shoes or whatever when he went into a helicopter. It's very liberating. We are very happy about that.
So
You
are
still
we.
have a long way to go, but go into the Bin podcast. Please join us. Please talk to us. And if you want to get in contact with me, of course, you can find me on Discord. You can find me on Twitter. It's always the same. It's at Short on Rain. As you can see down there, right?
Yep.
Yep. Right down there. Find me on Twitter. Hit me up. Ask me questions. Talk to me. I'm always around. Ish.
You haven't seen the chat, Shartan. Like, you're gonna get harassed.
Yeah. Yeah. It's his own fault.
Oh, I've been waiting years and years to be harassed. I usually just get blocked by, like right wing spooks. So please harass me. I've been looking forward to this. I love you guys. Thanks for having me on. It's been an absolute fucking hoot. And I don't know. Final word. Fuck you, Dutch.
Yes, fuck you, Dutch.
All right, Keith.
All right. No. We don't have shit going on in our lives. We don't need to do this. We're
All right,
not the
well,
guest.
let's plug our own show then. If you
right.
like this show and you want to find more of it, go to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/speakingfromthecenter, and subscribe to the page and like us on Facebook. And if we get monetized, we will definitely have Shartan back, and he will definitely strip for super chats.
Yes, I will. Promise.
And catch us next Thursday at 8:05.
Yep, when
And-
I will not be here because I'm getting vaccinated.
Oh yeah, there won't be a Keith because he's getting vaccinated. So it'll just be me and Nolan and whoever we dig up. Maybe we'll get a bunch of guests on to cover for Keith.
Well, at
Yeah.
least you get to see a doctor if you break your leg in the future. So
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm allowed healthcare because I'm not
yes.
Well, this is
denying the
America.
vaccine.
He's not allowed health care. He has to pay for it.
Yeah, no one's really allowed it here. Anyway,
All right, we'll see us next time, 8:05 p.m. Peace.